I bought my first Yamaha product back in 2002. It was a mid-range AV receiver that I solely bought because I really wanted DTS surround sound decoding so I could finally listen to my Jurassic Park DVD the way Mr. Spielberg intended.
Clever girl.
That amp impressed me so much that I wouldn't even touch another brand of AV receiver for about 20 years. I actually gave that amp to a friend who continued to use it for another decade. Why am I telling you this? Well, it's because the subject, or rather subject, of today's video are the Yamaha Arron range of stereo amplifiers, and I want to see how Yamaha are continuing their sonic legacy. Yamaha are legends in the industry and have had a hand both in helping artists create music live with their musical instruments, as well as giving their audiences the means to hear them in their homes by way of their amps and speakers. And they also make motorbikes, but I don't know anything about those, so let's just stick to the amps. The company is also celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, so happy birthday, Yamaha! Even though these amps don't give you the surround sound that you get from their AV receivers, Yamaha's RN range still have a powerful stereo setup, combined with a network receiver that's capable of a bunch of internet radio services, and even good old AM and FM. Basically, it gives you everything you may need for your movies and music, just without the extra speakers. Just like AVRs though, they have great connectivity with both digital and analog inputs, letting you hook up a wide range of components from a TV to a turntable. All of these models are constructed to Yamaha's top art principle, which is Yamaha's total purity audio reproduction technology. Basically, this is Yamaha's terminology for its sound first principle of delivering the purest sound possible. So by using top quality components like an ESS Sabre DAC and careful circuit design, which uses the shortest signal paths for the least distortion possible. They've also got a resin art base and low resonance chassis, meaning vibrations are minimized for cleaner and more precise sound. Here's what the different models in the range have to offer. Like all the models here, the RN600A has a highly versatile streamer built in and is compatible with a bunch of different music streaming services. It has Apple AirPlay 2, Bluetooth of course, and MusicCast, which allows you to stream music to other Yamaha MusicCast devices around your home, allowing you to create different zones with independent tracks and volume control. Neat. Plenty of connections here. You've got 4 digital inputs for your TV, games console, CD player, whatever you like. There's a front-mounted USB for a plug-in media device of some kind maybe, and 4 analog inputs, as well as a dedicated turntable input. You've got 2 sets of outputs on the back, letting you run a second pair of speakers in another room, plus a sub output for connecting your choice of active subwoofer. So you could have a sort of 2.1 setup, giving you that extra punch you need when it comes to movies. Nice. So what else is on offer from the other models? Well, step up to the RN800A and you'll see improvements in connectivity, power and performance. There's a slightly chunkier build quality here with extra sound dampening features such as vibration absorbing feet. Inside, there's even more differences with improvements to the circuit grounding for improved purity and lower distortion, a higher quality DAC and a power boost. What this means is that you'll get a more expansive and dynamic sound. Background noise is reduced, so you'll hear more detail, especially at the top end, and that extra power helps with the deeper bass response too. Another step up is Yamaha's YPAO optimization, which is an automatic calibration system that uses a microphone to measure the room's acoustics and sets the audio parameters to suit. This has been on Yamaha's multi-channel AVRs for years. However, when you're using a hi-fi receiver and you only have 2 speakers in the room, the goal is to achieve the best imaging and frequency response possible, and YPAO does this by matching the 2 speakers to each other. Also, the RN800A should be your default starting point if you use computer-based audio. With a USB-B interface on the back of the unit, you can connect up your computer and take full advantage of that USB DAC. With support across the range for music files up to 32-bit 384 kHz and DSD 11.2 MHz, it lets you take full advantage of high-resolution music sources. And last but by no means least is the RN1000A, and with it you get an even bigger step up in sound quality. The power remains at 100 watts per channel, but Yamaha have completely reworked the internal electronics, giving it a custom-made power transformer and capacitors, helping to reduce distortion, especially at higher volume levels. As a finishing touch, you'll also find gold-plated speaker cable binding posts for a long-lasting and low-resistance cable connection. In terms of connections though, the biggest upgrade here is the inclusion of the HDMI ARC socket, and this gives the receiver so much more versatility as it gives you the best possible connection for your TV, allowing for a wider audio bandwidth. More bandwidth, more info for your amp to decode, giving you a better listening experience. That HDMI connection also gives improved usability with the CEC function, letting you use your TV's remote control to control the volume on the Yamaha, and that just cuts down on the number of remotes you need to juggle for everyday use. So there we go. These are all the great amps that you have to choose from, but you really can't miss with any of them. But to decide what works best for you in your home/listening environment, why not contact your local Rich Sound store today and organise yourself a demo. Thanks for joining me for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.